Hello fans, you'll never guess where I am today. I'm standing outside here, a house where a truly great Chinese scientist spent a part of his life, Professor Qian. He stayed here while studying at Shanghai Jiaotong University, so let's go in. So welcome to the room Professor Qian rented when he was a student at Jiaotong University. He had this room, not the other one. If we come this way, you can see some family photographs from his early life and also later life. So let me tell you a little bit about the life of Professor Qian. He was born 1911, here, close to here. He went to school locally and finally went to Jiaotong University to study railway engineering. He got his degree in 1934, but already at that time, Shanghai was under the influence of the Japanese Empire. It was decided that for his education, he should go to the United States. He won a scholarship and went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, one of the most famous educational and research establishments in the world. He was there studying rocket science, but he didn't get on. It was too applied. He wanted to use his special talent, which was calculation. He had a wonderful talent for calculating things. So he moved to the California Institute of Technology, Caltech. Some of you may know Caltech from Sheldon Cooper and his friends. They also worked there. He studied there and finally got his PhD. And he stayed in the United States for quite many years. He went for a very interesting career. He helped the United States with their rocket program during the war. After the war, this is really remarkable. After the war, he visited Germany as an American Army colonel to interview captured German rocket scientists, get their knowledge. He then went back to work. Then his career took a downturn, very sadly. In the United States, it's very common for you to practice your own culture. Professor Qian was always Chinese. He loved the Chinese way of life. He could never assimilate to American culture. That's fine now, but it was not fine in the early 1950s. There was a man called McCarthy who anybody who stepped out of line, he would hound them. Professor Qian was put under house arrest until 1953, when the American president changed to Dwight Eisenhower, and then some discussion. Eisenhower was more reasonable. Some discussion between Eisenhower and the Chinese government led to him being released and sent home, allowed to come home. He came home to Beijing to great jubilee, great happiness with his family, his wife, 2 sons who were born in America. He then started working on rocket science. He had various positions, very high-level positions, became an academician, and not only did he do research, he trained the first generation of Chinese rocket scientists. That is why he got the title, the father of Chinese rocket science. That is why he trained the first generation. You know, sometimes I'm always trying to think, does my path cross with these wonderful people? And yes, towards the end of his career, he was director of the Chinese Academy of Space Technology in Beijing. I have been there. I tried to get a research project with the people, my colleagues, At that institute, I crossed with Professor Qian, academician Qian. It was a very wonderful feeling for me to know what a wonderful, clever scientist and what he did for not only rocket science led to space science. And now, China has a space station, currently 6 people living there. Also fascinating. China will go to the moon, people will go to the moon. China will go to Mars. And it's all started with Professor Academician Qian by doing the work he did. And you all know, from a small seed, an enormous tree can, and this same time, did grow. So we all thank Professor Qian for his contribution to rocket science and for keeping his national identity. He loved his own country. Thank you.